Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Welcome to my channel. I was trying to find my little bits of dimensionals. So guess what time it is? It is Paper Pumpkin. I am so excited. Ideas are just flooding me and it's kind of hard to concentrate. In fact, this card almost got away with me before I got to video it because I was so in tune on playing and doing my thing here. So this is Paper Pumpkin alternative video number 1 for June 2023's Welcome in Paper Pumpkin. Let me show you the flyer, and I'm only going to do this for probably 3 or 4 videos and then I'll be skipping this part. But pretty little cards. This is the advertisement for what is this, July's, because this is June's, right? This will be July's Fun in the Sun. Really cool. This is extend your creativity. You can add with the kit. Countryside Inn, not my thing. I love the paper, just the stamp set didn't do anything for me. So I'm gonna show you what came in the kit. I kind of got it all laid out here. These were the ephemera, the punch outs, whatever you want to call them. So this is all the stuff you got. I just have it laid out here. We're not using any of those for this card. These were the card bases. So you have Knight of Navy, which you extend this by using a white card base or, you know, a Knight of Navy. I'm using Misty Moonlight. So you have that one. You have this, which this is almost identical to the DSP for the Countryside Inn, but it's in Calypso Coral, which I absolutely love. It's really grown on me this past year, thanks to Paper Pumpkin. This print is also from the Countryside Inn suite. So you got 3 each of these card bases, and I'm going to set those now aside. And then these are the envelopes, and we are using one of the envelopes. I am going to keep one aside and show you how to cut it up if you haven't seen that already. Now I want to show you, I'm going to set that right here. I want to show you the bits, the trash bits as I call them. Do not throw these away until you are all done with your kit. I took out my bits, but you can cut this little section out here and use this strip in your kit for something. Same with this piece and this piece. Now this one, still trying to think. I don't like that they did this one upside down, but could be used, okay? And plus you can stamp the little flower. If you don't have the dies that go with it, you could just fussy cut them out, but you can stamp on that bit and use it, which might be what happens. This one is a little too big for my liking. You could cut it across here and use that on a card. Maybe we'll do that. Or you could just use this for doing the flowers. These two, there's only 2, look like they would fit a 5x7 card. So that's what my idea was for them. But this idea, now there's still a little bit of more trash bit here. This is what we're using today. So we're using the bit that came, this is 1 full sheet. I've already cut up 2 because I got a little overstepped my boundaries there ahead of myself. But I'm going to show you with this one how I came up with this, and we're going to be using this piece. Let me show you the stamps. So they're a little small. I wish the words would have been just a little bigger. Little small. You know, if I'm struggling to see them, I know other people are. So stamping up, make them a little bit bigger. I think this one, they still could have fit that on there. Just a little bit bigger would have been great. You're invited. Thank you for your hospitality. Great if you're visiting somebody and leaving them a card as you leave. The little stem, friend, the flower. This is absolutely beautiful. That goes with the dies. The welcome, like I said, I wish welcome and friend would have been so much just a hair bigger, I'm telling you, would have made a big difference. And this florally image there. So let's set that aside. You've got a Night of Navy spot. These are the Welcome In dies. Today we're using the flower and the little leaf. The flower pot isn't yet. So let's get started and go over what you are going to need. Let me move this aside. We're going to need that. So I am using, I got a little magnetic board here for my clips. So I'm using a Misty Moonlight card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. The kit envelope, which is this one here, we are cutting up, and I'm going to show you. We're still not done with it. I left some, but this is actually, this piece is this back piece here, as you'll see the little curves. So we're going to be using that piece and this piece. We still have to trim down. White for the inside. So that's 3 3/4 by 5. That's for the inside. I'm going to clip that back on my magnet board. Then 2 strips of Night of Navy. Ugh, it's caught under a magnet. Hold on. Oh, there goes all my other little bits. That didn't work out well. Where did they go? Oh, okay. So I used this old Stampin' Up! Border punch. You can use any border punch you want. I just made this nice, and this was originally at 1/2 inch, and I punched it and it gave me a nice thin border. And then, oh, all my little die bits went bye-bye. You can see those. I already told you we're using those. So I'm going to set those right there so I can pick them up. Welcome In dies. You just saw those. And then scrap for the punch for the word window punch, which you know I am a fan of. So this is for the one that coordinates with it. This is my element I made out of that scrap bit. And I'm going to show you how I did this. And then just scrap Night of Navy. So let's get into it. Hopefully I didn't do too much. I'm going to first show you how I cut apart my envelopes, as that is one of the things you will need to do. So this, and boy, that magnetic board is really strong. Okay, so we're going to show you how I got my 2 pieces. As something falls. So I always fold over the envelope flap. Then I cut it off like that on my guillotine, whatever cutter you have. Now I'm going to flip it over to the back because I'm going to cut just a hair's breadth off of that end. Do it on this side. And that is going to enable me to open up this. Now I'm going to cut this end off, just like so. Now for this, I'm going to show you, I needed it to be 2 1/2. So I put this in. I'm not going to cut this one because I might use this bigger piece at 2 1/2. Yes. And that left me with this bit of my envelope. Then I went and I trimmed it down on both edges. I trimmed it down to 5 1/4. Now you can do this however you like. I put a little bit on this end. You guys see me do that. And then I turned it over and cut a little bit on the other end. So now we have a piece that is, what is this? 2 1/2 by 5 1/4. And we have our envelope flap just as it is. And we're going to put those pieces together, overlapping them a little bit, and then trimming off that. So I'm going to put these aside. Oh, this one we're going to stamp on, so I need that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I lost my envelope flap in the recycle bin. Not supposed to go down there. If I don't get it out now, something inky or something gluey might go onto it. All right, so we're not using that bit. Let's tuck that away. We're not using this bit. Tuck that away. Okay, so let's get this done. Bring back my envelope. Set that up there. So here is my envelope. You can see how this is going to snuggle right there with that little 1/8 of an inch border around it. I want this to have the same thing, so we are going to glue it down like so and then trim off its edges. How am I going to do that? I'm going to do this right on my card base so you guys can see it, because this is how I would do it normally. So I'm just going to take it, because it's going to have a little border detail. That looks really good. I'm going to leave that curve at the top. I think it looks cool to me. Oops. Let's get you back on there. Apparently I didn't push down well enough. All right. So now I'm going to take it. You can fussy cut this off by just snipping it, but I'm going to bring in my good old guillotine so I get a nice straight line. I'm going to stick this right against there and cut that off. Then I'm going to put this end in, making sure that doesn't go over. Oops, looks like that's how it's going to be. I didn't quite get it lined up there as nicely as I wanted to, but that's okay. So now this can go down on our card. But before I do that, I want to put in that little border detail. Ta-da! Look how cute that is. And I already had it cut to 4 1/4, so it's going to fit beautifully right there. And you're going to see how this is going to, it's just going to be darling. So I want this, I don't want my border to come onto this piece. I want it to be totally on the envelope flap. So I'm just going to, little bit of glue here, run it straight down. I don't know why for me it's easier to put the glue there, but it is most of the time. Like I said, I don't want it going down. All right, so we have our little detail now. Really, really cute. Now this bit, let's show you how I did this. I'm going to put that up there. All right, so you got 3 of these. What I did is, where are the scissors? I'm going to go ahead and just do it. I cut off, I took my guillotine or whatever trimmer cutter you use. I use this guillotine quite a bit. And I cut off that part of it, just like that. Then I came in and I cut off this bit of the vase. I'm not going to do that on this one because I might use that vase for something. But you can see I cut this off. All right. So I cut this off, and that gave me 2. You can see my line here. That gave me these 2. I did that twice. Then on the second one, because it doesn't quite line up like I wanted it to, on the second one, I took my snips and I started here and I fussy cut right against the edge like so. And I glued those 2. My little seam, y'all, is right here. So I glued them all so they all line up, and you can hardly see that little seam, but it's a really cute little effect. So I'm going to put these aside. Like I said, I might use this. This way I'm not going to, send it across my desk. I might use this one for stenciling or something, and I don't want to cut the top off of it. So next we're going to go ahead and adhere this one to our card. And X to mark our spot, and right on the table. I'm going to have to wipe that off, just how it goes sometimes. So that is, move that down maybe a hair, but I don't think it's going to go any farther. All right. That's why I love my glass mat. This now is just going to get glued down. I'm not putting, you could pop that up on dimensionals. Do we want to pop it up on dimensionals? That's the question. Oh, why not? Right? Okay, I've got a whole bunch of little minis. I need my beautiful pokey tool that Miss Gloria gave me and makes. If you want her information, private message me on Facebook. If you have messaged me and I haven't got back with you, message me again because I accidentally deleted some stuff I shouldn't have. So we're going to add probably 8 of these little guys is what it's going to need. I was hoping it would lift up the other one. I got my nails done and they are very short. And my daughter and I are looking for another salon. She made the edges really sharp and we had to go down when we got home and grind them down a bit. Plus the guy cut my daughter like 3 times. And his reply to that was, beauty is painful. My daughter's like, let me rip your nail bed off and see how much you like it, is what I wanted her to say, but she didn't. And I'm like, why? You know, anyway, sorry. That just, yeah. If beauty is painful, then I'm not dealing with beauty because it does not have to be painful. So we're going to pop that in there. Oh, look at that. It's so darling. Okay, I'm so excited for this card. So next, my little bits and pieces, because we're going to need... All right, so I stamped the little flower, which is really cute right there. I have them in Night of Navy. This is going to get one. Oh, I can recess them in there now. So cool. Let's see if I can pick it up. So here's one little flower right in the center. I do like that. This one is going to get a little bit of glue. This one is getting just the little leaf. That was one of the dies. And this little leaf, I'm going to turn it so I can mimic the other one going the other direction. So there you have it. Ooh, so darling. So now we're getting to the end here. I hope this isn't too long for anybody. So we need the Night of Navy. And that little stamp that says, welcome. I need a little bit of scratch paper here. Pardon my reach, everybody. So, smoosh it off. It's the first inking. So, I should have my stamp in Pierce Matte, but I don't. So, let's just stamp. So, I'm going to stamp it right about here. Oh, very, very, very inky. Oh, that's going to need a few minutes. Let's punch the other one. Where are my 2 punches? So I'm using the word window for the welcome. You know, my old punches I love so much. That's what dropped, isn't it? Where's the other one? I dropped it. Yep, there it is. For the life of me, I cannot remember what this one was called. But this is getting punched out of a scrap of Night of Navy. Right there. Yikes. Need to add some more tape. This is going to go at the top. Do you see it coming together? Oh, I still see some wetness. All right, time for me to take a sip, right? Sorry. Ice cube. I have to tell you all, thank you for allowing me to enjoy this as much as I do. It is your comments that make this whole endeavor worthwhile. I mean, I don't like to push products. I don't like to, as much as selling any of this. I do Stampin' Up! As not as a job, but because I enjoy this. And their products, to me, the color coordination is just gorgeous, and they coordinate with other things as well. So our welcome is dry. So thank you to everyone, because I just love doing this and I love sharing it with you, and you all have been so very warm and receptive to this, and I cannot thank you enough. I really can't. Okay, welcome is done. This can be used again for something else, probably another welcome. All right, move that aside. Now, do I want to put that? Yeah, I want this popped up, but you know what we're going to do? I need, it is not quite stiff enough, so I am going to get a scrap out of my little scrap bin here. Just a little piece of white to back it on. I was going to do it in Night of Navy, and I thought, no. So I'm just going to add a little backing, because this is, you know, really just that thin envelope paper. That gives it just a little bit of stability. Perfect now. Oh, now I can pop it up. Let's see if I can do it without. Oh, I got two, just what I needed. 1, 2. All right. Hopefully that's centered nicely. Yes, that will do. Oops, a little bit. No longer useful. So here we have that. Now I thought, I really don't want to add those. Those are for the inside. So we're going to pop this on. And then it came with these beautiful, I wish they gave us more of these. These are beautiful. I love these blue enamel dots. These Night of Navy. Just love them. So we're going to scatter a few of those on top of the card. But let's glue this down. This is front and center. I don't know why, but I can't see if it's straight, and it's not. So I gotta lift it up a bit. Yes. Now we're gonna add a few of these little enamel dots on here, because I know they are just going. Oh, do I just want to add the 2? I think so. I just want to add 1 there. And 1 on this side. They remind me like of little brads. So let's work for the inside. We might put a little rhinestone in there. I think it needs a little one. No, I don't want to add anything else up there, but I don't want to add that to the center of it. Oh, actually, that would look nice. So let's do that. I was like, it needs something in the center of that. A rhinestone would be nice, but it would tie. It wouldn't tie in with that. Okay, now I'm happy. No, now we're happy. So this piece here is going to get our other strip, which needs to get cut down. We are going to pop this on the very, very bottom. Welcome, and I'm not sure what else to put with welcome. I mean, it's kind of like, not sure. We could stamp the flower pot down there in the bottom to tie in. Let's do it. Let's see how it stamps first. I'm going to need a stamp and pierce mat besides block. We're going to move. Oh, it came with some strips. It came with some, let's see, full size or, oh no, they're all little strips. Interesting. and some tear tape. The enamel dots we can stick over there. We're working on the inside of our card now. So I need that scratch paper because we're going to stamp off first. Night of Navy. Very inky Night of Navy. So we're going to twist, stamp it off, and then see what we get. I'm going to stamp again. I'm just looking at the stamps detail. Okay, we're going to go with it. So we're going to go, I'm going to move this aside. And we are going to pop our flower pot right here in the right corner. Give it a minute. Oh, very, very deep. You could put welcome aboard, welcome home, welcome to the neighborhood. There is so much you could do with this. We are still adding our little detail down here. Let me set that down. Nice straight line. I'm going to start with that edge. And give it a little snip here. Add the little flower, the little leaf up there. I think we just add the little leaf. And for an envelope, you can use one of the envelopes from the kit to tie it all together. I'm not sure yet what I would use. You could use a clear envelope. I'm not going to stamp an envelope. I don't think it needs it. I'm not sure about, I'm a little confused. The stamp set doesn't have a whole lot. I like the welcome friend. I mean, I'm going to definitely find something that has some sentiments in it, because these just are not going to cut it for the whole kit, because I'm not sure. I mean, it is beautiful. I love it. I wish it said a little bit more. Okay. Gotta figure something out about that. But maybe I'm going to go into my paper pumpkin box after this and pull out, big X marks the spot. No, I'm going to pull out some sentiments, some stamp sets that have something that I could really use to embellish this kit. Oh, really, really pretty card. So there you have it. Let's get out its envelope to go with it, so it all matches. So there is my first alternative project for this month's June 2023's paper pumpkin. I hope you guys like it as much as I did, having such a great time doing something a little out of the box. So thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you come back and visit me in my wonderland. Bye bye now.